In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on April 13, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New York Rangers versus Philadelphia Flyers. The New York Rangers and Philadelphia Flyers both enter tonight's contest on the second night of a back-to-back. Both teams lost last night, so the Rangers moved to 47-21-6 on the season, while the Flyers dropped to 23-39-11. This will be the fourth and final matchup between these teams, with the Rangers winning 2 of the 3 meetings. Philadelphia got smoked last night 9-2 against a team that's trailing New York by 10-plus points in the standings. The Rangers are better in every statistical category compared to the Flyers. The most important statistic to consider is how poorly the Flyers are playing on offense compared to the Rangers' defense. Philadelphia is the 29th ranked team in goals per game at 2.6 compared to New York being the third-ranked defense at just 2.48 goals per game. The special teams advantages goes to New York as well, as they're better on both the power play and penalty kill. The New York Rangers are head and shoulders the more trustworthy team here, and they've done great work recently on the road. The Philadelphia Flyers have looked like a team that's counting the days until the off-season for quite some time, and things usually don't get better on the end of back-to-backs. I can only give the Rangers a look here, as I don't see many scenarios where the Flyers keep this game within a couple of goals. The Rangers are the second best team in the league on the man advantage, so look for them to find the back of the net on the power play tonight. The New York Rangers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Rangers are averaging 3.03 goals per game and 2.92 goals per game on the road. They averaged 3.33 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Flyers, with Philadelphia giving up 3.50 goals per game. The Rangers will hit their average in this game. The Flyers are averaging 2.60 goals per game and 2.83 goals per game at home. They averaged 2.33 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Rangers, with New York giving up 2.52 goals per game. The Flyers won't score enough goals to push the score. Plus, the Flyers and Rangers played under the total in 5 of their last 6 meetings. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Montreal Canadiens versus Columbus Blue Jackets. The Montreal Canadiens face the Columbus Blue Jackets for the third and final time this season, with both teams looking to cap off rough seasons on a high note. The Canadiens have a 20-42-11 record and have lost back-to-back games, while the Blue Jackets have a 34-33-6 record and have only won 2 of their last 10 games. The Canadiens hope to avoid finishing the season in last place in the Eastern Conference and build momentum into next season, while the Blue Jackets hope to avoid elimination from the Eastern Conference playoffs and keep their playoff push alive. Montreal has been terrible defensively, and they have received very poor goaltending. The Habs rank 31st in goals against per game and 30th in shots against per game. The Jackets rank 13th in goals per game. Patrick Lane leads the Jackets with 53 points. Jakub Voracek is right behind Lane with 52 points, and Oliver Bjorkstrand has 50 points. Zach Werenski has 47 points on the year, and he has recorded 1 point or more in 7 out of the last 10 games. The Blue Jackets are 6-1 in their last 7 games when playing at home against the Canadiens. Columbus won both matchups this season, and they will defeat Montreal by 2 goals or more. There's no doubt the Montreal Canadiens are in worse shape, and they get blasted on the road more times than not. Also, despite their struggles, the Columbus Blue Jackets have been highly consistent in the favorite role. Even with their losses and the inconsistent play overall, the Blue Jackets win the games they're supposed to win, so the Columbus Blue Jackets money line is our full game side pick. The Canadiens should create plenty of scoring chances against a Blue Jackets defense that allows 3.71 goals per game, with Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, and the rest of the forward unit carrying the puck into the offensive zone and creating quick shots on the wing and by the face-off circles. The Blue Jackets, who average 3.16 goals per game, should run up the score against a Canadiens defense that has allowed 17 goals in their last 4 games, with Patrick Lane, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Gustav Nyquist, and the rest of the forward unit crashing the net on the odd man rush and creating open shots with great passes in the offensive zone, while Zach Werenski and Adam Bokvist generate shots on the net from the blue line. Montreal ranks 31st and Columbus ranks 30th in goals against per game. The Canadiens have allowed 3 goals or more in 17 out of the last 20 road games. Montreal has been playing better on offense recently, scoring 3 goals or more in 6 of their last 10 games, and they will score on the Jackets. Columbus has allowed 3 goals or more in 18 out of their last 20 home games. The Jackets have been better offensively than defensively, ranking 13th in goals per game. Patrick Lane leads the Jackets with 53 points. Jakub Voracek is right behind Lane with 52 points, and Oliver Bjorkstrand has 50 points. Zach Werenski has 47 points on the year, and he has recorded 1 point or more in 7 out of the last 10 games. The defense for both the Canadiens and Blue Jackets has been terrible. On top of ranking in the bottom 3 in both major defensive categories for the season, they have been bad recently as well. The Canadiens have allowed an average of 4.2 goals against per game in their last 5 games, while the Blue Jackets have allowed 3.6 goals against in their last 5 games. The offenses for these teams have shown recently that they can take advantage of shaky defenses. The Canadiens have averaged 3.8 goals per game in their last 5 games, while the Blue Jackets are averaging 3.33 goals per game in their last 3 games. Both teams have received terrible goaltending this season. Look for the offenses to be the driving factor in this game, as both teams have been carried by their offenses and look to pile on the goals against 2 awful defenses. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Kings versus Colorado Avalanche. The Los Angeles Kings travel to take on the Colorado Avalanche with an overall record of 38-26, placing them 3rd in the Pacific. On the season, the Kings are an above .500 team in their 36 road games, posting a record of 20-10-6. Heading into the game, Los Angeles has struggled against Western Conference opponents with a mark of 16-20. The Colorado Avalanche hosted the Los Angeles Kings with an overall record of 52-14, placing them 1st in the Central. On the season, the Avalanche have played well in their 35 home games, posting a record of 28-4-3. In addition, the team has taken care of business versus Western Conference opponents, sitting at 32-7. The Los Angeles Kings will be playing for the 2nd consecutive night in tonight's matchup after beating the Blackhawks 5-2 last night in Chicago. They now face a daunting task of playing on the road against the best team in the Western Conference in the Colorado Avalanche, who have also won 6 straight games and have had 4 days of rest. On the season, the Los Angeles Kings have a per-game scoring differential minus 0.03. Things haven't gone any better on the road, as they are losing road games by an average of minus 0.08 goals. As the Los Angeles Kings get set take on the Avalanche, they have a below .500 record over their past 5 games, going 2-3. During this stretch, they have scored 13 goals, accounting for 45% of the scoring in these contests. On the other side, the Colorado Avalanche have a per-game scoring differential of 1.07 goals. Even when playing at home, the team is winning games by an average margin of 0.62 goals. Heading into this game, the Colorado Avalanche are the winners of each of their last 5 games. During this stretch, they have scored 20 goals, accounting for 61% of the scoring in these contests. A key to this recent success is the fact that they have outscored their usual output of 3.76 goals per game 3 times. The Avalanche were one of the Stanley Cup favorites heading into this season, and they seem to be on the right path in accomplishing that goal, as they are tied with the Panthers for the league lead in points with just a few weeks remaining in the regular season. Their star-studded lineup, highlighted by Nathan MacKinnon, has been dominant all season, as they score the 3rd most goals per game and allow the 7th fewest goals against. They also have gotten great goaltending from Darcy Kuemper and have a great special teams unit as well, specifically on the power play. Nazem Kadri and Gabriel Landeskog remain sidelined for the Avalanche, but their current 6-game winning streak has showcased their depth and ability to overcome these crucial injuries. The Kings are also dealing with injuries, as Drew Doughty, Mikey Anderson, and Andreas Athanasiou remain sidelined, and these are a few key players for the Kings, particularly on the defensive end. A shorthanded defense is a disastrous recipe when going against this Avalanche team, and the fact that the Kings may also be dealing with fatigue after a road game in Chicago last night significantly hurts their chances in this game. Simply put, this is a brutal spot for the Kings, and the Avalanche should take care of business. It's hard to see the Kings slowing down Colorado in this game and competing on the 2nd night of a back-to-back. so take the home team. So the Colorado Avalanche money line is our full game side pick. Coming into this game, the Kings have an over-under record of 31 to 41 to 2. When playing on the road, the over is hitting less than half the time, going 13 to 22 to 1. On the season, 46% of Los Angeles' games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 48% of the scoring coming from the Kings in Colorado's 72 games. The over has hit in over half of their games, going 39 to 31 to 2. So far, taking the over when the Avalanche are playing at home has been a good bet with an over-under record of 18 to 16 to 1. On the season, 61% of Colorado's games have gone for at least 6 goals or more, with 57% of the scoring coming from the Avalanche. The Kings remain without 2 starting defensemen in Drew Doughty and Mikey Anderson, so this young, short-handed Kings defense should struggle against the league's 3rd highest scoring offense in Colorado. The Kings also may be dealing with fatigue after playing in Chicago last night, which also presents a major problem in slowing down the Avalanche attack. The Avalanche are in a great spot to light up the scoreboard given their offensive talent along with the Kings' fatigued skaters and short-handed defense. It may only take a goal or 2 from Los Angeles to push this game over the posted total, and there is a great chance of that happening in tonight's matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.